You guys hear me now? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this live weather update here. Just gonna go over a few details here and just kind of jump into everything. So here's that first round of wintry precipitation here coming across Iowa here, going into portions of northern Illinois and possibly, well, most likely Michigan and Wisconsin, but possibly into northern Illinois as well. They do have winter weather advisories out in the purple area, all the way from basically eastern Nebraska into most of Iowa, into Wisconsin, Michigan, northern Indiana, Ohio. No winter weather advisories yet posted across portions of northern Illinois, but I'm sure that they will post them here pretty soon. Or it's the dry air again. We'll know here pretty soon, but there's a little bit of dry air here over portions of northern Illinois, but this heavy precipitation showed snow, dumping about a ½ inch to an inch an hour. Snowfall rates is going to be moving off to the east-northeast. Wherever it does snow over that area late tonight, overnight hours, or late this evening into overnight hours, some areas can pick up a quick 1 to 3 inches with this. This is not the main low. This is just a heavier precipitation. What would you say, like moving moisture here across portions of the upper Midwest. It's cooled off into snow. It's not part of the big system that's coming in for Saturday that's going to cause the flooding rains down south, but it is out ahead of the system, so more like just a small clipper system at this point. But that's moving off to the east. But like I said, wider picture here, there's a lot of winter weather advisories here across portions of the upper Midwest, upper Ohio Valley for that system. It does come off to the northeast. It does move west to east, obviously. And then you got the flooding rains down here across portions of upper Dixie into the middle lower Ohio Valley, which does cover portions of northwest Tennessee into Kentucky. What I'm worried about is the high risk for flooding here across portions of central western Kentucky into northwest Tennessee, which there's a high risk for mudslides, rock slides, flooding, could be significant to severe flooding. Don't let this fool you that some of these river flood warnings will likely be updated when it is raining tomorrow, and there could even be some failures with some dams in some of the areas. So just be careful if you live across this area and flood prone areas. It's a high risk, very unusual February high risk for flooding. Very saturated soils out there, so just please be careful if you're out in those areas driving, and then you'll have the winter weather off to the north. Let's go ahead and jump into some forecast models here. But before we do that, here's your water levels here across many of the rivers here and how they're anticipated to go up. The middle circle showing the current and depth of the rivers and creeks. The outer square color is going to be what it's going to be like in the next couple of days. Some of them are going to be reaching major to high-end flooding, but a lot of these are going to change starting late tonight into tomorrow when the rain starts to come down. There's probably going to be a lot of major flooding. It's going to get really bad across this area, so hopefully people are prepared, especially if you're in flood-prone areas. Jumping into the forecast models here for the snow here coming across the upper Midwest, including Illinois. Here's the freezing rain totals coming out with the NDFD forecast model, and a couple other forecast models I also want to go out over with as well. Here's the European model showing some freezing rain across the area. Here's the NAM3 cam, a little bit of freezing rain there. Here's the HERD model showing some freezing rain across the area. Temperatures still, like I said, have to be still 29 degrees or below when freezing rain's falling, so you get the more icy conditions on the roadways. Other than that, if they're higher than that, then you're going to have a difficult time for getting ice in on the roadways, which is good for you guys. And here's the HERD model based on the snow forecast on the 18Z run here. Showing a little bit of lake effect or lake enhancement on the backside of the system as it exits with some northwest flow going into northwest Indiana. But for the most part, pretty much on track with a 2 to 5, I would say, across northern extreme Illinois, northern extreme Indiana, 2 to 5 plus, right? And then across portions of Wisconsin into Michigan, you're probably going to see locations to pick up anywhere between 4 and 10 inches of snow in some isolated areas. So that's what we're looking at here between basically late tonight or late this evening into basically Sunday. That's what we're looking at for snowfall totals across the areas. And basically all the models show all the similar idea here of what it's trying to pick up on. Yep. Just your typical 2 to 5, northern extreme Illinois, northern extreme Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan probably going to pick up, 4 to 10 in some isolated areas or localized areas. Majority across the whole, both states probably be like a 3 to 7, but there should be some areas that might pick up 4 to 10, especially near the lakes. Northwest Indiana could see some isolated areas of 6+ inches over the next 36 hours or so because of the lake enhancement on the backside of the system, but no promises there. There's our thick cloud cover with the initial wave of snow there. Across portions of Iowa, a little bit of dry air trying to mix out here across portions of northern Illinois, going into portions of Michigan, and there's a little bit of dry air punching in behind this as well. So I don't know if dry air is going to be a major issue, but we're still going to see maybe a couple inches or more of snow. But just jumping right back into what's currently happened, like I said, first initial wave of snow here moving across portions of Iowa, moving east-northeast. It's going to reach portions of Wisconsin and northern Illinois over the next hour or so. Iowa's getting some good snow out of the system, or the small portion of the system. The heavier precipitation shield that's anywhere between 1/2 inch to 1 inch an hour snowfall rates with it. It's moving pretty quickly, so like I said, you only have like an hour or hour and a half or 2 with it as it's going over your area. If there's no dry air interfering, you could pick up anywhere between 1 and 3 inches with this into the evening overnight hours, and then the actual system moves in Saturday into Saturday night with more additional snow. So that's all I have with you guys for this live weather update. Stay tuned for more details, and that's about it.